Welcome back to Got Wire. I'm going to do a little unboxing and review of this MikroTik or MikroTik, however you pronounce it, L9 series router. You can get rack ears for this and you can mount it in a rack. But I figured it'd be a cool little router to mess around with and make a video about. But we'll go ahead and start opening it up here and I'll show you what comes in this package. Get two Wi-Fi antennas here. They screw on to the back here. You obviously get your router here. It's got Ethernet ports on the front. It has a sticker here. It says caution, do not power on without antennas connected. So we'll go ahead and peel the sticker off here. You have one SFP port. It looks like it's just 1 gig SFP port. You have PoE in on this first Ethernet port, and then you have PoE out on this last one, and then you have 7 other Ethernet ports here. USB on the front, power for the power wall wart that it comes with. Get some drywall anchors and screws. You get your little booklet here, and then you have a little pad here, I guess if you want to set it on your table or something. I don't know what that little pad's for, but we'll go ahead and get the antenna screwed on here and I will get it plugged up. I'm going to use PoE to power it, but you can also just use the adapter here that it comes with. This cable here runs to my 2.5 gig PoE switch. So I'm just gonna plug it in here. As you can see, it should be powering up right now. Yep, it is. And I'm just gonna grab the Ethernet cable here from my laptop and I'm just gonna plug this into whatever port here. By default, one is your WAN in connection and the rest of these are all bridged together as like a switch, including the wireless adapter in here. And the wireless adapter in here, I believe it's only 2.4 gigahertz. So if you're buying this to provide Wi-Fi for your whole house, I would look at some other access points because I think the Wi-Fi for this is just really to get into the management on it so you can configure it without having to hardwire your laptop because the speeds on 2.4 is what you expect, you know, 100 megabits per second, 110 megabits per second download and upload. So, but I get it all plugged up to my laptop. I'll show you its interface here and all the features it has. And it has some pretty cool features, including WireGuard, so you can put WireGuard on here. Well, I got the router hooked up to my laptop here, and I have the laptop hardwired, as you can see down here on the bottom right. So to define the default IP address of this router, I just always open up command prompt and type in ipconfig. And this is the IP I'm getting from it, 10.8.254. And this is the default gateway of the router, 10.8.8.1. So we'll type that into our web browser here. And the password is on the bottom of the router, and then the login is just admin. So, and then when you type in that password off the bottom of the router, it'll prompt you to change it. And when you log in, this is what you get. It's their interface, in my opinion, isn't the greatest. It's kind of complicated and not very user friendly. But all these ports here, if you click on bridge, it automatically sets up a bridge and it links all the ports together like they're, you know, all one switch. So if you click on ports up here, ETH 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and SFP and Wi-Fi are all linked together like they're all one switch. And you can go in here and set up VLANs and mess with what port has what VLAN. So you can go ahead and do that granularly. But when you first get the router, all this is set up for you, including a wireless. And you can click on wireless in the top left and click on here. You can name it, you know, Wi-Fi 1. And then the configuration, the SSD, is what actually, you know, you see when you look for Wi-Fi networks. So you can change that, make it whatever you want. You got your channel here. Like I said, it only has 2.4, so you got AX, G, and N. You can set your channel bandwidth. I have mine to the widest, and you get about 120 down, 120 up. Frequency, security, WPA2, WPA3, and then you can set your passphrase here, and you click apply and OK. And then it also has WireGuard here. you can add new, and you can enter in your private key and public key and enter in, treat this like a client. And then I'm pretty sure you can make this a WireGuard server too if you wanted to. But it does, I think it's cool. It does have WireGuard built into it. It's just the interface here, in my opinion, isn't the greatest. I would probably use something from Ubiquiti, because this is really complicated, in my opinion, not very user friendly. Well, my final thoughts are it's not a bad little router, switch, very basic access point. If you just need something simple, basic router, it's pretty affordable. It's $122, and then you can get the rack mounts for it to be able to mount it in a rack, and those are a little bit extra. But in my opinion, it's not a bad little router if you're just looking for something small and basic. I hope you guys liked the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.